You have Officer Wilson, who actually committed perjury, and the prosecutor knows that he committed perjury. And you also have one witness who they say recanted, but he didn't actually recant. He just clarified his statement. It wasn't a recantment. It was a clarification of what he was saying. Because for the longest time, when everything was going down, you know what I'm saying, this guy said he saw Michael Brown bum rush the officer. And that's the witness that they're claiming that recanted. No. What he said was he thought that Michael Brown was going to try to bum rush him because of the way his body was positioned as he was falling. But once he realized he was falling, he realized he was wrong. That was his testimony. He explained what he said meant by saying he thought Michael Brown was going to bum rush Wilson. He explains that. And then the other 60 some odd witnesses, some that don't even live in the town, some Caucasian, they never deviate from what they say, even under heavy scrutiny, even under heavy cross-examination. So their testimony will actually hold up in court. Well, Wilson had no interrogation. He had no cross-examination. He was just allowed to say whatever he wanted to say. So, and if you was to pose a question to him, a common sense question, and he would have had the answer, it's largely believed that it wouldn't have held up on the cross-examination. So I suggest everybody do this. Before you make a decision that Wilson was right and Michael Brown's hands was not up, go online and Google Bob McCullough bar complaint. It will outline everything that happened and all the evidence for you and explain it to you. You see, the thing about a grand jury, and the reason why police officers always want to go to a grand jury, is that most district attorneys are going to do their best to exonerate the police officer, unless they want a conviction, unless they want the grand jury to come out with a truth bill, and most time they don't. They're going to come out with no true bill, because everything's going to be done to exonerate the officer, to get the grand jury to see the thing through the officer's eyes. But that's not what a grand jury is for. The grand jury is not there to exonerate anybody. The grand jury is there to decide whether there's enough evidence to go to trial. That's their only function. They're not there to exonerate anybody. Anytime you hear that the grand jury exonerated somebody, it's because that's what the person wanted, was the grand jury to exonerate somebody. Because they cherry-pick the evidence that best fits the officer's version of events. Take the guy in Ohio. They got shot at Walmart. They cherry-pick the information and try to twist the information to support what the officer did. There is no way that you can show a threat to an officer if he walks up behind you and says something to you, and within 2 seconds he starts shooting, it doesn't even give your brain time to recognize that he's talking to you. Before you can even recognize he's talking to you, he's shooting you. That's what happened in Ohio. But back to Michael Brown. Unless an indictment is wanted, by the prosecutor, there will be no indictment. Secondly, the DOJ, like I said, has only charged one police officer in almost 60 years, maybe 70, with civil rights violation. They charged him, they went to trial, and the Supreme Court gutted the law and made it so they could never bring in another police officer or anybody else, for that matter, to trial or bring charges. So now what the DOJ does is just do a rubber stamp on whatever they want, whatever the case is. They give a rubber stamp and clear the person. And the reason why they do that is one, to help the person against a federal lawsuit. If the DOJ says that this person committed no civil rights violation, then that makes it extremely difficult to win a civil lawsuit against the person. That's the only purpose behind that. So you have people like Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, Megyn Kelly, and a few other people on Fox News saying Eric Holder's Department of Justice. Eric Holder's Department of Justice. First of all, Eric Holder has nothing to do with the investigation. Second of all, the people that's done all the other investigations in the St. Louis and Missouri area that cleared out all the police officers that shot unarmed people handled this case. So the community didn't trust the process in the beginning because they knew what the results was going to be before they even started. The only thing the DOJ can do, and has been successful at doing, is doing investigation in the police departments. Now, you think Ferguson was bad? But every municipality in St. Louis County is just